like to welcome everyone to the July Elizabethton Board of Education meeting, and especially like to welcome our new student liaison, Hudson Smith, for his first trial. So we're glad to have you. Thank you for being willing to serve, and you'll have a chance to say something here in just a little while. At this time, I'll call on Mr. Van Hust to lead us in a moment of silence and a pledge to the flag.
Please stand. Please pause for a moment of silence. Thank you. Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's now time to approve consent and regular agenda. Can I get a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Approve. And a second?
Second.
All right. Any items, any questions about anything anyone would like to move on the agenda? Okay, seeing none, the items to approve consent agenda and regular agenda. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. And any opposed? And there are none. Next, it's time for citizens to speak. We did not have anyone request to speak before the board. So now it's time for special recognition, and I'll turn it over again to Mr. Van Hust.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Pless. At this time, we have the Kiwanis Club with us today, and they want to do a presentation to the Media Center and Mr. Hensley. So if y'all will come on up, Mr. Barker, and if y'all want to come over here and share some information about the donation and things like that, that'd be great.
Thank you for honoring us tonight. Back in the spring, Dustin Hensley, the school librarian, contacted me to see if there was a way I knew that some organization could provide some help. For years, an organization had been providing library books for summer school, for the freshmen and sophomores, and apparently that organization had discontinued the funding.
It was grant funding.
Grant funding. And so he said, is there any way? And I said, yes, I think there is. So the Elizabethton Kiwanis Club, in conjunction with the Northeast Tennessee Children's Charitable Foundation for the Kiwanis Club, would like to present a check to you and the school system for $3,300. And it's my understanding that that will take care of the entire program for this past summer. So
Yes, sir.
on behalf of the Northeast Children's Foundation for Kiwanis and the Elizabethton Kiwanis Club, we were more than happy to help in this endeavor. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
If we can, maybe we can slide over here on the podium
I will
area
say-
over here, and we'll get a nice picture.
So I will say that this covered the cost of over 400 books.
Wow.
And they've already been distributed to students that they took home with them for the summer.
Awesome.
Wow.
Great.
That's
Great.
Good.
Teresa Murray Smith is our current club president. Bill Fryer is our club secretary. Bill Spooner is the chairman of the Northeast Kiwanis Foundation, and David Below is the past president. And come on,
Someone else snap that picture.
Yeah. All right. You're welcome. Thank you all.
Yes, thank you to the Kiwanis Club again for their support in many, many ways over many, many years. So thank you very much. Just another example of the community support. It takes a village, and we're very appreciative of the Kiwanis Club supporting us in this endeavor.
And again, you all are more than welcome as we get into the other part of the business, but if you have other things you need to do, would rather do, we fully understand, but you're welcome to stay. But we thank you for helping our school system be better every day. So thank you all. We'll now move on to reports, and we'll go ahead and go first to Mr. Van Huss for the director's report.
Thank you, Mr. Pless. Yes, so just a quick update on capital projects throughout the system. There's been so many things going on this summer. In addition to just the normal cleaning, waxing of floors, all those things that we do to prep for the upcoming school year, you obviously remember there's a couple of projects we have going on. We're putting on entry-resistant film on all the windows, the lower level windows in all the schools. That project is nearing completion at this point. There's also the project through the COPS grant that we received from the federal government to install card reader doors, door locks on all the interior doors in our schools. That continues to go well, and approaching that wrap up for that as well. May not quite make the start of school on that, but pretty close. Also, in addition to that, the Harold McCormick project is it's approaching completion as well. The hallway, it already looks like a different school. I mean, it's really nice. The bathrooms are going to be very nice as well. Lots of work being done in the cafeteria. And so if you have a chance to run by there and see that project, it's going along. Maybe a couple of things there again that we have to finish up after the school year starts, maybe some ceiling tile that will need to be installed and things like that. But they're very optimistic we're going to be ready to go there for the first day of school. The Dave Ryder Center for Athletic Performance at the high school. Construction has finally started there. Lots of earth-moving equipment, things. If you've been by that location, you'll notice that as well. So we're very excited about the progress there. Hate we missed a month of good work there that we could have gotten done in June, but some things we had to iron out with the fire marshal took precedent over that. The center, the Community Development and Engagement Center, the old Union Pharmacy building, we've started up work there as well. We may not quite be ready there at the start of school, but it'll be very close. Probably at least by the 1st of September, we'll be in there. Most of that work is being completed by our staff, our maintenance staff. It's going to be a great facility once that's finished as well. And once it is finished, we'll set up a tour and have a visit there. One thing I would like for you to be thinking about is a few years ago, Mr. Alexander started a tour of schools with the city council and school board. I would like for us to look at doing another one of those this year. We have a lot of things that we can show off that we're very proud of and that we want city council to be aware of as well and see the results of their support as well. So we'll be looking at trying to do that sometime in early to mid-fall. We'll try to coordinate with city council. Maybe Mr. Simmerly, you and Mr. Barker can help us figure out a date that would work for everyone, and we'll hop on a big yellow school bus and we'll ride from school to school. So that's it. Also, there's a tile floor project being completed at T.A. Duggar. The entire first floor of the building will have new tile put down, and they're about halfway through with the main hallway, I think. Isn't that right, Mr. Berry? About halfway through with the main hallway. It already looks fantastic. It's really going to change the look of that building as well. So those are some updates on capital projects. Of course, we have the Back to School Bash scheduled for Monday, July 29th from 6 to 8 p.m. in the high school. It's going to be a great chance. Hopefully you'll be able to make it by, and if you've never been before, you're going to really be impressed with all the services that are there for our students and our communities, our families as well. Lots of different resources. We're going to have dinner for everyone, have pizza for everyone, games, things for kids, and most importantly, all the school materials, school supplies. So looking forward to that again. That's Monday, July 29th. Our opening in service will be Thursday, August 1st, and that will also be at the high school at 11:30. We will have lunch in the commons area, and then we'll move down to the gymnasium for the program. I sent out an invitation today to the city manager and the mayor to share with council members as well, and obviously all of you as well. Hopefully everyone can attend that. I think Ms. Schaff's been working on some entertainment. Again, something Mr. Alexander started many years ago, the musically talented, and so we're looking forward. That'll be the highlight of the day. So I've already heard she shared with me the songs they're going to sing. I'm not going to share that with you. It'll be a surprise, but it'll be it's super secret, right? But the concert will be fantastic. So hopefully everyone can join us for that as well. Results from TCAP testing and in-course testing continue to come in. You may have seen some things published in the news here or there about that. Those continue to come in, and it's really just a testament to all the hard work that our staff, teachers, and students did last year. It's great when you see those results, and it comes to fruition, all their hard work. So very appreciative of that, and it just gives us a springboard to start into this next school year. You know, we don't want to be satisfied with where we are. There's always room to grow, and that's what makes our staff so strong is they have that continuous mindset, that continuous improvement mindset. They want to get better. They're not satisfied where they are. And so we're excited about where we've been, but we're also excited about where we're going to go in the upcoming year. I also want to thank you for the opportunity to attend with many of you to the TSBA Summer Law Institute this Thursday, which is the main reason we moved the board meeting to Tuesday, to give everyone a chance to travel down there. So I look forward to that. I think it'll be a great opportunity for you to hear straight from TSBA many of the legislative changes that were enacted this past session. And so I'm looking forward to being able to spend some time with you there. Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Van Huss. And now it's time for board member reports. Do we have anyone? He mentioned the Law Institute, which is always a good event. I think it's always very informative. And when you hear TSBA who are out there on the front lines, and then you hear education lawyers telling you the really what's going on and how to handle certain situations. And a lot of what they're telling us are things that Mr. Van Huss and our supervisors and our administrators, they're the front line a lot of times for us. So just always beneficial, and it will be a good time. And I'll encourage everyone to go to the bash and help out, handing out backpacks. I know Mr. Isaacs and I have stood side by side handing those out. It's just the excitement of the children getting those things, and people being able to hand those things out is really a unique experience. So anybody else from a school board member, we should have more to report next month after that event. Okay, now it's time for City Council Liaison, Mr. Simmerly. Welcome tonight.
Thank you again, and again, please overlook the summer attire. I'm trying to stay cool. I only have one quick question. I know we've been working pretty hard on this back-to-school bash, and it's a big deal. And for anyone who's never been there, holy cow, it's just a lot of fun. The children are excited, and all the goodies they get, but more importantly, getting ready for school, getting those children in the door, and it's kind of, I don't know. I remember when I was a kid, go back to school, it's kind of scary, that first day or two, But having that, and it kind of opens them up. But question, we have a lot of things going on for Back to School Bash, as you know, Mr. Van Huss. And a question on one thing, we're doing the eye screening. How are we going to be able to, or how are we informing the parents and the students of what's going on and where it's at? Because not everything goes on, in the gym where we're handing everything out. Do we have any way? Are we doing a little preliminary to them?
We'll have some handout information to them. Now we're pushing out information about when it begins, and then the based on the traffic flow, it'll flow certain ways. And one thing we've changed from last year, if you remember, it seemed like things kind of bogged down in the gym. We've pulled all of the school supply distribution. We've pulled that out to a separate location. So all the vendors, Lions Club, and the others will be in the gymnasium. Good. So that'll be the first thing that families go through.
I know last year, too, we had 2 entrances. They were coming in 2 different ways. There were so many people.
So we fixed that because before we had them lined up mostly outside to come in. And if you remember last year, we had a thunderstorm, so we had to reroute. So we've
put them in the hallway.
That's right. So our option 2 is now option 1. We'll bring them in the breezeway
Good.
between the two buildings to make sure that,
Okay. I was
weather
just
won't be an
curious on it.
issue.
So again, we have so much going on for that
Yes.
one evening, and it's exciting and
Yeah.
exciting for the children and hopefully for the parents as well. And
Yes.
just a lot going on. So excited for that.
Mhm.
You know, we have a lot of things going on with the city. We appreciate again all the things the school board does and how well we work together. I just have to make one comment. I was at a baseball game, Rivers Rider game last week, I think, and had someone asking about that garage we built down by the ballpark with those orange doors on. What is that garage? Are we parking school buses in that garage? And this gentleman was from out of town, and he was from, I think it was down near Newport, and he was in the school system down there. And when I told him what it was, and it was for our baseball team and batting and pitching and hitting, and he stood there and looked at me and he said, "For high school?" And I said, "Yes, indeed." I said, "We really support our athletics here in our school system." But again, just another one of many things we have going on in the school system to be so proud of for the children. Yeah. Thank you for your time. Any questions for the city?
I think so.
No, we thank you.
Mr. Barker will bring the check next month.
All right.
Thank you.
Just want to say, Mr. Shimmerly, condolences to the
Yes.
passing of your father.
Yes.
So.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you for the, you have brothers, and your brother's a lot better known than myself. And my father, it was just such a tribute to my dad, and the people who turned out. It touches your heart,
Yeah.
and it helps you get through those times. You have friends that, that little hug, that little smile, that handshake. It goes a long ways to help the hurt. The hurt's always there, but again, it's so much appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. And then again, brand new to us, Hudson Smith, our student liaison for now until you walk next May, or you can come to June, but you might be the first student liaison to ever come to that meeting. But anyway, yeah, go ahead. Do you have anything you want to share?
I just want to say thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm super excited for this coming year. I don't have a lot of news right now, but I will say I've been working super hard with student government, and we have a lot of huge plans for this year, so I'm very excited about that. But other than that, I just want to say thank you, and I'm super excited.
Good, good. Well, thank you.
Welcome.
Your peers think a lot of you to put you here, so we're glad you're with us. So now it's time for the regular agenda. First item on the agenda is to approve on first and only reading of Board Policy 1.501, Visitors to the School. Can I get a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
Got a motion and a second?
Second.
And a second. Mr. Van Huss?
This particular policy, if you remember, this is one of that long list that you approved on first reading, or the first reading that you approved last month. And we had to pull this one back off because we added one line. If you'll notice on page 2, line 17 through 19, basically state that restitution will be required from a visitor if their behavior or actions result in a fine being levied on the school or district by a governing body. Failure to pay restitution may result in additional prohibition from attendance at district events and campus visitation. When speaking with our auditors, they encouraged us to put that language in board policy to just kind of solidify that will be the expectation. And as you know, prior to last year, TSSAA instituted a new rule that if a fan was ejected from a sporting event, that the school system would incur a fine. The school would incur a fine based on that behavior. So we wanted to put that in there, that if a visitor comes and they misbehave and they get ejected and it results in a fine to the school system or the school, that it will be that person's responsibility to pay that fine. So that's the change in this policy as the way it was written last month.
Comments or questions? Tempers do flare from time to time, so, and it's getting ready to be honest here in a hurry, so.
May I ask one question?
Sure.
As it relates to prohibiting someone to go to an athletic event, as I understand what's in here is, you can do that. We were told we couldn't do that as long as they paid.
Yeah.
And we've had some incidents, and we tried to keep people from coming in, and we were told legally we couldn't do that, so we can do it now.
We can on our campus. It is more difficult when you talk about being on
sure.
someone else's
Absolutely.
campus, like for an away game or something like that, but we certainly can on our premises. We would just issue them a no trespass notice, so.
Gotcha. Good.
All right. All right, the motion is to approve on first and only reading of the board policy 1.501, visitors to the school. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And there are none. Next item, approve Elizabethton City Schools Visitors Code of Conduct. Can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
Second, all right.
This is obviously in relation to the board policy you just approved, but the Public Act 810 that the General Assembly enacted this year and the governor signed into law requires every school system to develop a code of conduct for visitors, and that's the document that you have in front of you. If you notice, there are several sections on this. There's a statement of purpose talking about why it's important that we have a code of conduct and a set of standards that we expect everyone in attendance to events to display and maintain. There's also, it also defines what a visitor to school property is, who those individuals would be. And then there's a whole list of conduct that's prohibited. And several of these are specific to the statute. It said you had to have a code of conduct and things that were prohibited acts. You had to include that in the policy, and that's there as well. There are more than what was required by state law. You can see there are almost 18 of those. We also put that same language later in the policy that you just approved in the board policy that references if there's a fine levied by the school, that it will be the individual's responsibility to either pay that fine or reimburse the school or school system for that. So that's also in this. So it's in two different places. So it's going to be real clear. There's also posting requirements. We have to give every parent a copy of this, and we have to get acknowledgement back that they've received that. That's going to be a challenge at the junior high and high school level. Elementary level will be a little easier there, I think. But we'll do what we have to do to make sure that's in place. We also have to post these at all the entrances to schools, and we'll also post these not only entrances to schools, but things like ball fields and some of those auxiliary areas. We'll post this as well, so that anyone that comes on our property knows this is the expectation. And then the last section there are the consequences if someone violates this. I will tell you that part of the code was that a board certified attorney, an attorney that's licensed, and obviously Ms. Owen is, it's required that an attorney review this and approve it. And if you'll notice at the bottom of that, there is a line and a statement on there that Ms. Owen has read and approved this document as well. And then if the board approves this, we'll add that to the document, and then we'll start the process of distributing and posting.
Comments or questions there? And this is, every board was given that task a month or two ago.
That's right.
So I appreciate all the work, and we certainly thank Ms. Owen and her partners there for all the work they do for us.
Yes.
Okay. The item is to approve Elizabethton City Schools Visitors Code of Conduct. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? And there are none. The next regularly scheduled meeting will be held Thursday, August the 15th at 5:30 p.m. And I know when you talk about things being done before the beginning of school, it is, I mean, it's here. And my wife doesn't want to hear me say that. But, I mean, and Hudson may not want to hear that, but it is here. So we're even getting things done about that time. That's pretty monumental to get that done. But next meeting, August 15th on Thursday at 5:30. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
All right. Have a great evening.
Thank you.